So, now using this, the reason I say this is the mathematically speaking, this is the fundamental example of an uncountable set, because there is a elementary proof of this. Now, using this you can prove that the rest of the guys are, in fact these guys are all uncountable, right. So, what am I going to do? So, in order to prove that some other set is uncountable, what do I need to do? So, if I find a bijection between this and this, for example, then I know that this set cannot be in bijection with n. Why? Because if this set were to be in bijection, then the composed function will be a bijection with 0 1 power infinity, and that is a contradiction, correct. So, I have to find, so the moment I find a bijection with this set, I am done. Or in fact, even if I find an injection one of the directions saying that the set of interest has at least as many elements as this set, I am done. Even in the injection is okay, right, in the one direction from if I find an injection from here to another set, I am done. So, in order to, for example, if you want to prove that the interval 0 1, let us say the closed interval 0 1, so if I take, so I want to prove that this is uncountable. What do I do?
Convert that one to binary string.
Yeah, you can do that, right. So, this guy, so this includes all these numbers between 0 and 1, boundaries included. So, you write out the binary expansion of this, right, just like, I mean, so instead of normally we write down decimal expansions, but you write out binary expansions, right. So, you the binary expansion of any number here will be like 0.0110 something, right, some binary string, some infinite binary string, right, and that looks like a bijection between. So, if I have x, let us say some x is in 0 1 and write x in binary, right. So, I will have x is equal to 0.A1 A2 dot, right, where these are all binary bits basically, right, A1 A2 A3 dot. Now, you can identify this infinite binary expansion with an element of this infinite string of infinite these strings, right. So, basically you can see that there appears to be a 1 to 1 correspondence between the set, the binary expansion and that infinite binary strings, right. So, that is essentially that is the core of the proof to establish that the open interval 0 1 is an uncountable set. Okay. There is one glitch here, there is one tiny glitch here, the glitch is the following. So, when you write a binary expansion, okay, so let us say you write the decimal expansion. So, suppose I give you the number 0.0999999 forever, you will write that as that is actually equal to 0.1, right. So, similarly if you have a number like 0.010111111 something like that, this number is actually equal to what? This number is actually equal to 0.011000000. These two are actually the same real number, right. They are actually numerically equal. So, if you write the value of this is equal to the value of this, just like 0.99999 is equal to 1, right, these two are actually equal. So, it is not really true that, so but on the other hand if you look at these guys as elements of this infinite, they are different strings, right. So, there are two different infinite binary strings corresponding to the same real number in 0 1. So, that is a little bit of a sticking point, right. So, this problem occurs only for those numbers which have terminating decimal binary expansions, Okay. So, these numbers are called dyadic rational numbers, the numbers which have terminating binary expansions are after all they are rational numbers, in fact they are called dyadic rational numbers, they are of the form a by 2 power b, right. So, but dyadic rational numbers are in fact countable, because rational numbers are countable. So, there is just a problem with the small countable subsets of this bijection goes off track only in this small dyadic set, right. So, you have to find a clever way of handling that, and that proof is given in the notes. Okay. So, you have to just for these dyadic rational numbers of which there are countably many, you have to have some way of handling it. Okay. So, that is the essence of the proof. So, I will not complete the proof, but I have given the essential argument, right.
Or we can even use this diagonalization.
Diagonal argument, I am not sure it works here. No, the main, see the problem is that this, because the two different real numbers corresponding to the same infinite binary string, you have a you have a slightly smaller set actually. The set 0 1, if you expand, it is a slightly smaller set, but it is only smaller by a countable set of dyadics. So, that is okay, that is the essential proof. Okay. All right. Okay. So, the proof is given in the notes, the proper proof, the complete proof even taking care of this dyadics is given in the notes. Okay. So, now that this we know is uncountable, essentially because you can write out binary expansions and that corresponds to 0 1 power infinity, correct. Okay. Now, this is uncountable, then can we prove that R is uncountable? You have to find some bijection between 0 1 and R, right. You can find there are many bijections between 0 1 and R, that is not a big deal.
We can even say union of uncountable.
So, there is
at least one uncountable set, then R becomes
then you have to prove that, no. So, you have to say that if you have a union of sets in which at least one element is uncountable, then you have to prove a lemma saying that that set is uncountable. It is correct, but so we have proved that countable union of countable sets is countable, but I have not said that if one of these sets is uncountable, the overall set is uncountable. It is true, but you have to prove it, right. If you are going from fundamentals, you have to prove that. A better idea is to simply get a bijection from 0 1 to R. Actually, I think I have a bijection in my notes here. So, if you want to have so if you want to prove that R is uncountable, let us see, I think I have an example here. So, if you R is uncountable because I think this is right, tan of pi x minus pi over 2, okay, this is what the TAs have come up with I think, and x belonging in 0 1. So, if you consider this mapping, this actually is a bijection from 0 1 to all of R, apparently yeah. So, just verify this, okay. So, this is if you vary x from 0, this is a bijection from this interval to all of real numbers, okay. So, then you have proved that R is uncountable, okay. You just have to produce one bijection. So, good, R is uncountable. So, we are done with this is what we fundamentally derived, and then we did that, then we did that. And how do you prove that irrationals are uncountable? Rationals are countable. So,
deleting a countable set from uncountable set.
So I want to prove this, right. So, I want to prove that R minus Q is uncountable. So, he is saying that if you remove a countable set from an uncountable set, you get a uncountable set. It is true, but you have to prove it, right. So, here is the thing, right. So, you write like this, you write it as R minus Q union Q, right. After all, real numbers are irrationals union rationals, correct. Now, I want to prove that this is uncountable. Suppose that it is countable, suppose irrationals are countable, then that union another countable set will be a countable set, contradiction, right. So, this guy is uncountable, correct. So, we are down with that also. So, there are, so what do you know now? So, there are so many more irrational numbers than there are rational numbers, okay, although they are both distributed densely on the real line, right. So, in any tiny little interval you find so many irrational numbers and so many rational numbers, right, but according to our cardinality definition there are so many more irrational numbers, right. So, what is the only thing that remains? This guy, right. Yes, you have a question.
I have no bijection for that.
So, you have to create a bijection between this and any of these guys. Actually you can create a bijection with this. So, after all if you take any subset of natural numbers, it either, so for each natural number it either leaves it out or takes it. So, any subset of natural numbers will either leave out a natural number or take that natural number. If it leaves out that natural number, put a 0, if it takes it, put a 1, right. So, for every string here I can identify a unique subset here, for every subset here I can identify a unique string here, correct. So, for example, if I am looking at, so if I am looking at the set of all, let us say odd numbers, which is an element of this, what is the string that identifies with here? 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, right. It just picks all the odd numbers, right. If I want the subset of all, let us say prime numbers, I have to consider the string that has ones in all the prime indices and zeros everywhere else, correct. So, that is a natural bijection between this and this, right. So, 2 power n is a uncountably infinite set. So, is this all clear? Are there any questions at this point?
In this one also we need to prove that uncountable union countable is uncountable.
No, I am saying that no. So, I am saying that suppose this is countable.
Yes.
I know this is countable. If this were to be countable, the union will be countable, but I know that R is not countable. So, contradiction.
Therefore, we are saying that this is uncountable.
Therefore, this is uncountable.
What does it implicitly mean?
No, I want to prove that this is uncountable, right. So, I want to prove that this is uncountable, so that I proved it. I have assumed that this is uncountable and ended up with a contradiction, right. I do not need to prove anything more here, right. I know this is countable. So, if this were to be countable, the union will be a countable set, which I know is not the case because I proved R is uncountable. So, this has to be uncountable.
So, earlier regarding the even numbers and odd numbers, we listed it out and we were like 2 and so on. So, n we are changing so we can map, so it will be cardinal with natural.
Yeah, correct.
Now, if you are taking power set of n and now you mentioned odd numbers, you.
No. See, the power set of n contains as its elements the subsets of n. So, the only difference, see 2 power n is a odd ball here, it is one odd one out because it is not just a set, it is actually a set of subsets. So, the elements of this are themselves subsets of natural numbers. So, while it is true that the odd numbers are countable, I am saying that the power set of natural numbers, which contains as its elements all the possible subsets of natural numbers, it is an uncountable collection of subsets. Okay, so for example, if you want to write down, see this 2 power n, see the elements of 2 power n are themselves sets. I hope this is clear, right. So, I am just saying that if you give me an element of 2 power n, it will be a subset of the natural numbers, correct. For that subset, you write down 0 whenever that index is not included and write down 1 whenever that index is included. So, that gives a bijection between this and this, right. Therefore, this is an uncountable set, right. So, the reason I mentioned odd numbers is, so if you are considering, so it is just one particular subset of 2 power, one particular element of 2 power n, right. A particular element of 2 power n will have maybe finite, some of them will be finite, some of them will be infinite, let us say there are, let us say one such example will be the odd numbers, the element is the set of all odd numbers. So, that corresponds to the string of 10 10 10 10 here, so, and that is the bijection. So, whatever subset of n you give me, I can get the corresponding binary string, right. So, that is the bijection, all right. Okay, so, I will stop here.